Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. In today's video, we'll talk about common mistakes in Salah that many of us might unknowingly make. These mistakes can affect the beauty and acceptance of our prayers. Don't make these mistakes when praying. Let's address them together, so we can all strive for a more perfect Salah. Number 1. Dress code issues. Let's start with something basic yet very important. Our dress during Salah. The way we dress directly impacts the validity of our prayer, as ensuring the proper covering of the awra, private area, is a fundamental requirement. Unfortunately, it's common to see people wearing short shirts, low-waisted pants, or tight clothing that can shift during movements like sujood, that is prostration. When the back or waist area becomes exposed, it reveals the awra, which renders the prayer invalid according to Islamic rulings. To address this, here are some practical solutions. Wear longer garments. Opt for a shirt or thobi that fully covers your back and remains secure during movements. Tuck in your shirt properly. Before starting your prayer, ensure that your clothing is neatly tucked in to avoid accidental exposure. Choose the right pants or trousers. Avoid wearing tight or low-waist trousers that might slip during Salah. Instead, choose pants that fit securely and modestly. Remember, part of maintaining khushu, that is concentration and humility in Salah, is ensuring you're not distracted by clothing issues or worrying about accidental exposure. Dressing appropriately reflects our respect and submission to Allah during this sacred act of worship. Number 2. Mistakes in intention. Another common mistake many people make is misunderstanding the concept of niyyah, that is intention, and uttering it aloud before starting the prayer. Some feel it's necessary to verbalize phrases like, "I intend to pray this number of rak'ahs for this specific prayer." However, this practice is neither from the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, nor supported by the teachings of the early scholars of Islam. Intention is a matter of the heart, and Allah knows what is in your heart before you even speak. There's no need to make a public declaration. Here's how to understand and correct this mistake. Niyyah is internal. Intention is simply your conscious awareness of what you are about to do. For example, if you stand for zuhur prayer with the knowledge that you're about to pray 4 rak'ahs of zuhur, that is your intention. Avoid adding unnecessary rituals. Saying the intention aloud can sometimes lead to confusion or doubts. People may feel they didn't say it correctly, or forget a word, leading to repeated starts. This is unnecessary and not part of the prescribed way of performing prayer. Follow the Sunnah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, never verbalized his intention before prayer. Instead, he would stand for prayer with full focus and begin with Allahu Akbar, trusting that his niyyah was already present in his heart. Remember, Allah is all-knowing and understands your intention even before you express it. Overcomplicating this simple matter can lead to distractions and doubts, which can take away from the purity and focus of your Salah. Keep it simple, sincere, and from the heart. Number 3. Saying takbir. The opening takbir, saying Allahu Akbar at the start of your prayer, is one of the fundamental pillars of Salah, known as takbiratul ihram. It's not just a ritual, it's a powerful proclamation that sets the tone for your connection with Allah. However, mistakes in this simple yet essential act are common. Let's address them. 1. The takbir must be verbalized. Some people may only move their lips or simply think Allahu Akbar in their hearts without actually saying it aloud. This is incorrect. The takbir must be verbalized, even if softly, so that you can hear yourself. This act signifies the beginning of the prayer and is a requirement for the validity of Salah. Make sure to say Allahu Akbar audibly to yourself. It doesn't need to be loud, but it should be clear enough for you to hear it. Number 2. Avoid looking up at the sky. Another mistake some make is raising their gaze to the sky when saying the takbir. This is against the guidance of the Sunnah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned against looking upwards during Salah, saying, "What is wrong with people who look towards the sky during prayer?" Then he said, they should stop doing so, or else their eyesight will be taken away. Correction. During the takbir and throughout the prayer, keep your eyes fixed on the place of prostration. This helps maintain humility and focus. 3. Say it with reflection. Sometimes people rush through the takbir mechanically, not giving it the attention it deserves. Remember, Allahu Akbar means Allah is the greatest. It's a powerful reminder of Allah's supreme greatness and a way to mentally leave behind worldly distractions as you enter into a state of worship. Mistake 4. Positioning the hands. Hand placement during Salah might seem like a small detail, but it plays an essential role in maintaining the proper posture and focus during prayer. Unfortunately, this is an area where many people make mistakes. Let's understand the correct way and the common errors to avoid. 1. The Sunnah of hand placement. The correct way, as reported in authentic hadiths, is to place the right hand over the left hand on the chest. This was the practice of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Place your right hand over your left, resting them gently on your chest, not too high or too low. 2. Placing the hands below the chest or on the stomach. Some people position their hands too low, closer to the stomach. While this may be permissible in some schools of thought, the chest position is the stronger sunnah according to many scholars. Letting the arms hang by the sides, leaving the hands to dangle at the sides instead of folding them, is incorrect. This was not the practice of the Prophet, peace be upon him. Tight or uncomfortable posture. Some individuals might clasp their hands too tightly or position them awkwardly, leading to discomfort and distraction during the prayer. Place your right palm on top of your left wrist, forearm, and hand. Gently rest them on the chest, avoiding stiffness or excessive tension. Keep your fingers together in a natural and relaxed manner, avoiding any unnecessary movements. Mistake 5. Excessive movement. Brothers and sisters, one of the most important aspects of Salat is maintaining khushu, a deep sense of focus, humility, and devotion. Unfortunately, excessive movement during prayer is a common mistake that disrupts this focus and detracts from the sanctity of our worship. Excessive movement refers to any unnecessary actions during Salat, such as fidgeting, adjusting clothes repeatedly, looking around, or playing with objects. While small, occasional adjustments for comfort are allowed, constant movement shows a lack of focus and detracts from the reverence we should have when standing before Allah. Why it's a problem? 1. Loss of focus. Each unnecessary movement shifts your attention away from the prayer. Salat is a conversation with Allah, and distractions disrupt this connection. 2. Disrespect in worship. When you fidget or move excessively, it may appear as though you are not taking the act of worship seriously. Allah deserves our complete attention and respect during prayer. 3. Impact on validity of Salat. Excessive movement without necessity can invalidate the prayer if it reaches a point where it no longer resembles Salat. Common examples of excessive movements include constantly fixing or adjusting clothing, looking around the room or at other people, playing with your beard, hands, or any objects nearby, shuffling your feet unnecessarily or tapping them repeatedly, checking your phone or other distractions, even if it's just for time. How to avoid excessive movement. 1. Adjust your clothing, surroundings, and position before starting Salat. Ensure you're comfortable and ready so there's no need to make adjustments during the prayer. 2. Practice standing still and focusing your mind on Allah. Even if your thoughts wander, bring your attention back to the words of the prayer and the actions. 3. Remind yourself that you are standing in front of your Creator. Imagine you're in the presence of the King of Kings and maintain the dignity and composure that such an audience demands. 4. Reflect on the meanings of the Quranic verses and supplications you are reciting. This mindfulness will naturally reduce distractions and unnecessary movements. Mistake 6. Mistakes in Ruku. Ruku, the bowing position in Salat, is a key moment in our prayer. It is a time to show humility, submission, and gratitude to Allah. However, many Muslims unknowingly make mistakes during this important position, one of which is adding their own phrases or making personal supplications during Ruku. While gratitude and supplication are beautiful, it is essential to stick to the phrases taught by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to maintain the integrity and authenticity of the prayer. Let's explore this issue further. Ruku is a position of humility where the worshipper bows, placing the hands on the knees with the back and head level. It is a physical expression of submission to Allah, acknowledging His greatness and our complete dependence on Him. In this posture, we recite the praises of Allah and express our gratitude. Mistake 7. Mistakes in sujud. Sujud, prostration, is the most humble position in Salat, and it holds immense significance in our relationship with Allah. In fact, It is during sujood that a Muslim is closest to Allah, as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said. Given the importance of this position, it is crucial to perform it correctly. Unfortunately, many people unknowingly make mistakes during sujood that can affect the quality and correctness of their prayer. These mistakes can range from improper posture to incorrect body alignment, and they prevent us from fully benefiting from the closeness to Allah that sujood offers. Let's explore the common mistakes people make during sujood and how to correct them. 1. The position of the body in sujood. Sujood involves a deep bowing of the body, where the forehead, nose, both palms, both knees, and both toes should all touch the ground. This position reflects our complete submission to Allah, emphasizing humility and devotion. Common mistakes include 1. Not fully touching the ground. Some people may not touch all the required body parts to the ground, particularly the nose or forehead. This can make the sujood incomplete and affect the prayer's validity. 2. Touching only parts of the body. Sometimes, people place only their forehead and knees on the ground, but the palms and toes are not properly aligned. For sujood to be valid, each of the following body parts must be firmly placed on the ground. 1. Forehead and nose. Both must touch the ground at the same time. The forehead is the most significant part of the body in sujood, as it symbolizes our total humility before Allah. Ensure that the nose is pressed down along with the forehead, not just the forehead alone. 2. Palms. Both palms should be placed flat on the ground, with the fingers spread out and the thumbs aligned with the level of the ears. The elbows should be raised off the ground, not resting on the floor, as this reflects the proper posture. 3. Knees. Both knees should touch the ground with the thighs and calves apart from each other. Avoid letting the knees collapse inward or remain raised above the ground. 3. Toes. The toes should be pressed to the ground, pointing toward the qibla. Keeping the toes pointing directly towards the qibla helps maintain proper body alignment and focus in prayer. Avoiding the dog position. A significant mistake in sujood is when people place their arms flat on the ground like a dog. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, prohibited such a posture in Salah. It is essential to raise the elbows slightly, keeping them away from the body, in line with the shoulder. The arms should be positioned at an angle so that they do not lie flat on the ground. Mistake 8. After Salat Dhikr. Once you've completed your Salat, it's crucial not to rush away immediately. Many people, after finishing their prayers, give a quick salam and leave, unaware of the spiritual benefits they miss by not taking a few extra moments for after Salat Dhikr, remembrance of Allah. These moments are precious, and taking the time to engage in specific supplications not only enhances the quality of your prayer, but also ensures that you leave the prayer with a sense of peace, mindfulness, and closeness to Allah. Brothers and sisters, I hope this video helps you perfect your Salah. If you found it beneficial, first thank Allah, then share this video with others so they can benefit too. May Allah accept our prayers, and make us among those whose Salah is a source of peace and reward. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beneficial content.